Hello and welcome to the 7th part of the Waterlust Sailing Canoe building series. In this episode I'm going to add the fiberglass to the deck of the boat, as well as maybe install a little deck coaming around here and basically almost finish everything off except for the painting. And yeah, then afterwards just paint the boat and it's actually almost done. It's incredible. It feels like I started building yesterday and now we have an almost finished boat sitting here. Do you need something? Let's build it! The first step will be to cut the fiberglass to put on the deck. Well, I'm going to have to do that differently. I actually was just thinking I could roll it out over the entire boat like I did on the underside, let it sit over the edges and then just trim away like here in the middle and the overhang like right here. Problem is, it's just not wide enough. But I mean, I can just do it like I did with the underside of the deck. Going to set a cut here and then take individual little lines that go alongside here and take one piece here, so I have 3 pieces of fiberglass that I can also work on individually. It's actually even a little bit better. But then I just have to lay this out a little bit differently, but that's no problem. I just measured the sides of the deck here. They are like 40 wide here at front, so the widest part needs to be 40 centimeters wide and 1 meter and 80 long, so you will need 2 strokes for every side. I'm just gonna cut this here in front because here I have more space. Going to see if that fits on the boat. Okay. No problem. You can even make it 5 centimeters smaller. That would be fine too. Plenty of overhang. Can cut this a bit smaller. So the next one, just like 35 or something. So I just trimmed the edges of the fiberglass. So it's like approximately on the orange tape, so I don't add more fiberglass than I need. So next step is to mix the epoxy and wet out the fiberglass. hours later, fiberglass is applied, it's looking nice, don't see any big air bubbles, which is good. Just now going to quickly take a knife and cut along the edge of the tape here. It's still sticky, so it should be easy to cut it. And then I'm going to wrap the tape away, and then I'm going to peel away the tape with the excess fiberglass. Nice. Takes a bit of time, but looks very, very good. Just one nice clean edge. Perfect. Just continue this for the rest of the boat. And then I can let it fully cure, go to sleep, it's late. And then I can continue tomorrow, sanding everything and adding a little coaming right here. Nice. Good morning, it's the next day and the fiberglass is fully cured. It's looking nice. I only have one tiny little air bubble on the other side. Anything else is great. I already coated the coaming yesterday quickly. I had some epoxy left over from the fiberglassing, so just went on and put one coat of epoxy on here. Now I'm going to sand the fiberglass to the entire deck one quick time. Sand this thing, and then I'm going to glue the coaming onto the deck using a mixed lightly thickened epoxy, I think. And then I can let that dry. Yeah, and then guess I'm going to flip the boat over again and continue on the hull. But for now it's sanding again. It's not like I missed it, but yeah. Looking to the end now. Just a little tip, if you have squeegees like this to spread epoxy, I always had pretty stiff ones, and once they had epoxy on it I always had to sand them and just threw them away like after I used them 3 or 4 times because they were just full of epoxy. Turns out if you use squeegees that are a little bit like thinner, you can simply bend them a little bit around, and then the epoxy starts cracking, and it's quite hard to do with one hand, but you can basically just peel away the dried epoxy. So this is like from yesterday. That's pretty handy because it's waste just every time epoxying, having a big chunk like this of plastic to throw away. So that's pretty easy to do actually. Just have to be careful not to crack the squeegee. Press them around a little bit and then remove the epoxy. Just a little note on the side. Right there. So if you don't have clamps, then buy clamps, and if you have clamps, then buy more clamps. But now this is glued down, so the next step will be here to coat the entire surface of the boat, as well as the edges here in clear epoxy. So I'm just going to mix a little bit more and then coat this deck. So here I sit editing this video and I noticed that my camera ran out of battery in that clip and that I completely forgot to film a kind of outro to this video, but just have to tell you this now. That's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. In the next episode we are going to flip the boat over again and finally paint the bottom of the boat. I'm going to have to think a little bit about what I do with the bottom, how I'm going to coat it, what color, or if I leave it clear. but that's something I'm gonna do in the next episode. So again, thanks for watching, like if you enjoyed it, subscribe so you don't miss out on upcoming videos, and see you next weekend. Bye bye.